What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to be going over everything you need to know about Jake the dog in MultiVersus. Jake is my main, and it's been a while since I've lost with Jake, so I wanted to share some tips and tricks to help you master Jake. We'll quickly go over all his moves, but more importantly which ones I use the most and how you should be using them. Next we're going to go over some combos that give you the most amount of damage, as well as practical combos that you will be landing more often and you should be using. Finally, at the end of the video, we'll be going over some gameplay. I'll talk you through my thought process so you know which moves I'm using, why I'm using them, and the overall strategy to help defeat the opponents. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first off is the forward tilt or jab combo. Honestly, I never use this, and the only reason I do is to set up 4 combos, but this doesn't have the longest range, so don't use that much. Next, your neutral, and this is a really good move because it has armor break. For those of you that don't know, you can go to the gloss chain. Armor break says that it ignores armor and shields, destroying them, and as a rule of thumb, if it's highlighted in purple, then it has armor break on it. Moves with armor break are super powerful in the game, and honestly what makes a lot of characters good. Not only does this move have armor break, but it's good for finishing combos because it has a very high knockback and is one of your best kill options. Next is the down tilt. This shoots your feet both to the side. It also has armor break, but I don't use this as much because I do feel like that a lot of the gameplay is in the air and a lot of characters aren't playing on the ground as much. Next is Jake's up tilt. This is another move you should be using a lot because the area that it covers is humongous. Just like your neutral, you can charge this, but the longer you charge it, the longer your arm gets and the larger the hitbox. Keep in mind that it charges in front of you, so what you can do is run up to an opponent, charge it, making it have more range and damage. One important thing that you should know, that this move does more damage at the tip. So at the very end where the axe comes out, if you hit your opponent at that area, there's a lot more knockback than if you hit him with the arm part. In this example, at 115%, I hit him with my arm and it does not KO. But if I hit him at the very end, then it does. So just something to keep in mind, not that you have complete control over this. Next up for the air attacks, neutral air is probably the move I use the most. Now if we go to the description, it says that he expands his body, then automatically combos into a mallet spin that breaks armor. So this is a 2-hit move. That first neutral is super important because you can approach from any angle. From the top, from the side, and because you can cover a lot of distance in the air, this is the reason why I use it the most. This first neutral air attack is an awesome combo starter, which we'll go over later on in the video, so just keep that in mind. Next, if you follow it up with that hammer swing, it has that armor break again, so another really good move. Next, up air, again a really good move. Just like the neutral, this combos itself. So after the first up air, you can do another up air, which is longer and covers more distance. Again, because Jake has that really good air mobility, you can cover a lot of stage just with this one up air. Keep in mind that this does combo itself, so it only counts as one up air, so if you're still in there, you could do 4 instances of an up air. Next up is the forward air, and this is one of your most important spacing tools. If all else fails, this is a good option to keep enemies off of you, especially those rushdown characters that have to be close to you to do damage. Also, this is an awesome ledge guard option as enemies are flying off the stage. Now just like the up tilt, this has a sweet spot, so if you hit enemies at the end, then you'll do more damage and more knockback. So at 135, if I don't hit him at the end, it won't KO. But in this case, if I do hit at the end, I'll hear this very distinct sound and it will KO. Next up is the down air. And out of all the moves, this is his most important move. I definitely recommend practicing landing this in real fights because it has awesome combo potential, has just crazy damage output, but like I said before, it is a little bit harder to land. So if you land the first one, you have to follow the enemy's DI or directional input to land that second and third one. If you land the full combo, you get a consistent 21 damage. And I think comparing to a lot of other moves, this is a lot of damage for a pretty easy combo to land, because it does ignite the enemy, doing some tick damage at the end. Now you can do one hit and then cancel it with a dodge or any other attack if you do want to do some combos. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. You can kind of go high up in the air and then fast fall to get the enemy from a higher angle, but the active hitbox isn't that long, so definitely the preferred option is doing it with a short hop. The timing is pretty precise, so again I really recommend practicing this before you try it out in some PvP. Moving on to the special moves, the neutral special has you swallowing the enemy and applying full stacks of weakening, making it a really powerful tool. After you swallow them, you can spit them out in a 90-degree angle, making it a decent kill option at very high percents. This is on a cooldown, so you can't just spam it. There's several ways to land this consistently. I found that you can't really do it horizontally, but the hitbox is actually a lot easier to land vertically. Because you bite down, it's a lot easier to land after you jump. However, my preferred method to land this is actually from a neutral air, because I do neutral airs a lot, and because neutral airs have a really nice hitbox. As long as you follow the enemy's DI properly, you could easily land that bite right after. I want to emphasize that you do have to follow the DI, because enemies definitely can DI out of this combo. But again, this is just my preferred method. Now keep in mind, if you jump off the edge, enemies will automatically get out of your bite, so you can't suicide kill people, which is quite unfortunate. But what you can do is once you get off that edge, you can throw them on the stage, knocking them back just a little further. At higher percents, this can kill, but I found that it's a little inconsistent. Alright, moving on to the side special. I honestly never use this. I think it does have some combo potential, but yeah, it's something I hardly use. It could be used for some recovery options, but honestly the neutral air is honestly a better option. Alright, next is the up special. Now this is situational, but it can catch people off guard. So what happens here is that your head is your only active hitbox, and once you finish the move, your legs become a projectile. So if you're right on a person, you get 2 hits, 1 with the head on the initial stretch, and then 2 with the legs on the release. Again, it's very situational. In this example, I used it to bait the opponent and then hit him upwards. This could be a really awesome juggle starter, but it is harder to land and it leaves you vulnerable in the air. Next is the down special, and this is something that is pretty powerful and kind of funny in some situations. It's a really good fast fall option, and because you have a lot of directional influence while in this form, if you're high in the air, you can actually go diagonally, catching people off guard. I think one of the more useful options is the utility that it provides, because it can actually reflect projectiles. It didn't reflect in this case because it's Shaggy's powered up version, which I think has some armor or something, but his normal sandwiches should reflect easily. Keep in mind that you really do have to know which items are considered as projectiles. So for example, Bugs Bunny's rockets, I don't think are considered projectiles because you can actually ride them, right? But it doesn't reflect those. So it's a bit situational, but just keep that in mind if you're facing off against one of those mages. Also, another funny thing is that enemies and allies could bounce off the top. Not that useful, but kind of funny. Alright, finally onto the combos. This is a really cool clip of the potential. This is definitely not a true combo, but this can get an amazing 53% off. Here's another variation that we can get 48% off, and I just wanted to show these off because you can potentially get this much damage, and more importantly, the more consistent combos are pretty much variations and bits and pieces from this whole combo chain. So just to break these down real quick, you can start off with 2 jabs, a neutral air, jump to land the 3-hit down air combo, fast fall for the up tilt, up special to hit with the legs, and then the double up air combo. The next combo is pretty much the same but with just a different approach. You start with a neutral air and straight to the down air, and then the rest is pretty much the same. Fast fall to up tilt, up special, and double up air. Alright, moving on to the practical combos that you should be using. This first one is a down air cancel to neutral air and then to a bite. Next is the move that I use the most. This is the double neutral air. First one expands the body. Second is that hammer swing with the armor break. And then fast fall to the neutral, which again has another armor break. So you have both an aerial and a ground option that covers armor break. This one's the start variation that we used earlier. Neutral to triple down air gets you a good 27%. This one's a good juggle starter. You do 1 down air cancel to an up air, and then again up special to double air again. This is another way to land a bite more consistently, but I find it less applicable. You can do 1 jab to a bite, but since the jab hitbox is pretty small, I really don't recommend this. So again, my preferred way is neutral air to bite. Go off that edge and shoot them against the wall. This is the only way it shoots enemies downwards, making it a lot easier to do those spikes. That triple down air is hands down the most damage you can get, so following it up with another attack is just the cherry on top. You follow it with a down special. This gives you 30%, which is really good. Or like following it up with an up tilt just to start some juggles. Alright, fine, let's hop into some gameplay to talk through my thought process. So this first match is against Jake, who is pretty much a meta character. I always like to start off with that double nair and straight to the ground neutral. Finn likes to play really close, so I'm spacing out correctly, doing some safe cover options with neutral air and down air when I'm in the air. When I back up to get some space, I charge up that forward air, which again is really useful for characters that want to get into your face. Like I said in the combo section, the triple down air is the most consistent damage you can get, so when you can't get that short hot option straight to the down air, you can rack up a lot of percent. And then followed up with a charged up air and it hits him. Next, I'm trying to go with these combos for the down air to up air, but yeah, enemies can easily DI out of it. At 100%, we're looking for some kill options here, so I start going for a forward air a lot more. I do land a good one to get Finn off stage, and this is one instance where the up special is pretty useful. You could use it to ledge ledge guard and launch people up into the air. As I mix up air and up tilt, we catch one and it KOs them. Again, we start things off with neutral air, and you can see how consistent this neutral air to up tilt is working, especially if you charge it up tilt. That range you get is really good. Finn is hanging around the edge a lot, and that downer is a really nice spike option, so I'm trying to go for it a little bit more. As I get knocked off the stage, again I use that neutral air for a really good recovery option. That horizontal mobility in the air, especially with that armor break, is a really good option. Right here I finally landed down air, and again followed up with that up tilt. With a couple more up tilts, I knock him up into the air, and here you can really see the hitbox for that up air is crazy big. If Finn just touches my body, it also hits that hitbox. And I finally finished off with a charged neutral attack. Alright, this last set is the very last stock, with each of us winning one game. This was a lot of us picking up on each other's habits. I'm actually down a stock here, and I wanted to show you this comeback. I'd say Jake's biggest weakness is kill confirms, and hands down I think the forward air is the easiest to land if you get in that sweet spot. Bug's down air has crazy knockback and range, and I think his forward tilt where he's punching has some armor break, so I'm really trying to space those moves out, opting to go for that forward air while they're doing it, again to catch up and get that consistent damage. Landing that down air is super important. Bug's aerial game is actually really good too, so yeah, spacing is very important, especially in the aerial game. Unfortunately, Bugs gets a 3-hit up air combo, and thank goodness there's attack DK, because honestly I think I would have gotten KO there. In most cases I want to be above Bugs, especially to avoid that down air, and to land my down air I bait him in and land one, and instantly I'm back into the game. Bugs lands another up air, and I've tried my down special before, but Bugs up air comes out a lot faster, and in most cases beats it, so I use it more for intimidation and try to land on the side of them. Don't think that you're invincible in that down special. It's useful if you catch enemies off guard, but it does make you a bigger target. Here Bugs is doing a good job at spacing me out with some projectiles. That safe is surprisingly strong. However, all the attacks that Bugs does to launch the safe are kind of long, so I try to capitalize on that. Bugs then lands another big down air, which launches me straight up into the air. I know how dangerous it is at this percent to be in the air, so again I use my neutral L to cover a lot of aerial space, and along with a well-timed dodge, I safely land on the ground. Bugs is definitely at kill percent right now, so again my kill moves are my forward air, up tilt, then neutral armor break, and the up airs if I could land it. Finally I perfectly spaced this down air, get a forward air myself to knock him back, go straight for that up air, and it KOs. So like I said before, Jake is really a spacing character, not really much a combo character. The combo potential is there, but consistent damage is better with Jake. With that, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe. And if you have tips of your own playing Jake, let us know in the comment section down below. I'm always looking in ways to improve my gameplay as well, so any tips are welcome. As always, thank you guys for watching and hope to catch you in the next one.